Hey everybody, Matt Cribbs here, and welcome back to Wednesday Morning Drive, April 4th, 2018. How are you doing? Today is a lovely, wet day in April, and I want to talk about something that maybe pushing the boundaries of my channel, but I think it counts, and that's Ready Player One, the movie. Yes, technically not a space game or space simulation or sci-fi or whatever, but that's okay. Anything sci-fi, space, it's not space at all, but it's sci-fi, so it counts. And since it's got the virtual reality component of it, I think that really kind of fits in. Also, watched it last night, can't really think about anything else. So this is what we're going to talk about. You probably know I'm pretty much an uber geek. I mean, I make videos about video games, about sci-fi and space. That pretty much goes without saying. So, Ready Player One, right up my alley. The book, read it, loved it. The movie, watched it, loved it. Honestly, that's my review. Loved it. We're done. No, a little more detail. I watched it last night, late night show with my wife for date night, and I woke up this morning, you know, we talked about it all the way home, and this morning I'm still kind of processing. I still feel kind of hyped up because it is a busy movie. They throw things at you, not plot-wise necessarily. The plot is surprisingly easy to follow given how convoluted the book was. But they throw visuals and references and pop culture things at you fast enough that, you know, 10 minutes in the movie, I'm sitting here going wide-eyed, I can't keep up. It's a fire hose, and that's awesome because that's kind of how I felt about the book as well. That it was, you know, just this fire hose of nostalgia and geeky fun and energy coming at me, and the movie captured that perfectly. The plot, which makes perfect sense to me, or possibly oversimplistic for me in my geeky world. My wife also, who is geeky by nature, but she didn't know it, I think. She never had a geek background in all the culture that we have, but once I introduced her to it, she loves this stuff. So just so you know where she's coming from, also found it, you know, easy to follow, got sucked into the world, got sucked into it, and enjoyed it. So I think, you know, from what you have to do from a movie standpoint, a blockbuster movie especially, get that wide audience thing, it covered those parts. And in order to do so, in order to get that breadth of coverage of various demographics and audience types, they strayed very far from the plot of the book. I mean, the core notes are in there, but it's almost like retelling isn't quite the right word, but it's an alternate take on a concept idea. Might be the best way to phrase it. Yeah, all the overarching plot points are the same, but it's like if someone took, you know, notes of what the story was and wrote a completely different story from there. But you know, that might upset people who really wanted the book in movie form. But I remember when I was reading the book thinking this book would make a horrible movie because it wasn't written in a way that would translate to screen very well. And I'm not talking about the visuals, I'm talking about basically the intricacies. The fact of the matter is, in a movie, you got 2 hours and 19 minutes, I think this one came in at, to get your story across, and that's it. From intro to credits, that's about all the time you got. So you gotta be more shallow in your storytelling than you can in a book form. If they would have tried to film everything that was crammed into there, you'd have Peter Jackson's, you know, The Hobbit. Yeah, that's what happens when you do that. It's too much material, too much stuff. So they had to cut things out. They always do when they're making a movie. And in this case, I think the choice to drastically alter the flow or the details worked very well for them. It is a, what's the best way to say it? I left that movie theater the same way, feeling the same way that I felt when I finished reading the book. So from that point of view, I think it is an absolute success. Was it a retell? Was it a perfect translation of it? No. Did it capture what I loved about the book and put that on screen form in a way that I loved as well? Absolutely 100%. It has the, you know, the nostalgia, the geeky references, the cool factor, the wow factor, the immersion, the sucking into. This is a world that, while it sucks, I kind of want to live in. Like, it really, really grabbed me in the same way. And, you know, as far as I'm concerned, that's really what I think they needed to do with this story and this idea. So, you know, I'm definitely going to go see it again. There are so many things that I caught. I remember sitting there while we're watching saying, oh, there's another, I have to tell my wife about that, and then totally forgot about it because another one came up 30 seconds later. So definitely want to watch it again to see, you know, to try and catch everything and relive it. And just a thoroughly enjoyable roller coaster of, you know, geek pop nostalgia. Now, I will say, the book was very heavily retro, 80s, early 90s themed nostalgia, and that's where it stayed. The movie, you got modern day stuff sprinkled in there. Didn't bother me at all. I mean, I noted it in my head. I'm like, oh, they added some new stuff. I think that was fine. And I think it fit really well with the medium and didn't, you know, I think it added rather than detracted. So overall, I would give it a big, you know, ready for liftoff. Is that what I rate? I don't rate movies and things like that. Loved it. Go see Ready Player One. I don't think you will be disappointed. So that's that. Have a great day. And I will see you later. Bye.